Hello and welcome back to Severance Season 1 Episode 6, I think we're up to, is that right?
Seven.
No, 6.
It is 6. I'm pretty sure. I just put...
That's why you need it on the clapper.
Oh yeah, where's the clapper? Gee.
I'll get you a clapper.
Okay. We're all really
That's
enjoying
all Ben
this.
needs the clap.
Yeah, totally. I got a lot of messages from various people. Good one, Michael. Saying that they're annoyed with me about how the episode ended. Even Sean sent me a message.
And I was saying to Ben before, I don't remember how the episode ended. I just remember at the time being furious, but now I don't remember how it ended.
Normally I don't, but I do for this one.
Do you want to tell us how you and your mum reacted when this one ended, Katie?
I mean, we swore a bit.
That's okay. The internet can handle it.
As soon as it ended, my reaction was, motherfuckers. And Mum's reaction was, fucking show. And I should have watched it without you. So that she could binge it, which was a little hurtful.
All right. So this episode, if I remember correctly, is called Hide and Seek for some reason. It's a mystery. I'll just get started. We can discuss it as we go. Yeah. So it starts with a shot of Ms. Coble making Petey's chip into a necklace and putting it on, which is kind of a bit creepy. I mean, there's a lot of creepy stuff about her.
What she was doing? It was really dark. Okay.
Was this in her house? Did it start in her house?
Yeah.
I think she lives in her basement in it looked like a nun cell kind of thing. She's all about...
I thought it was an asylum.
So yeah, she gets a call
Nun's
from
asylum.
aren't they the same thing? She gets a call from Mr. Grainer telling her that the data from the chip gave them the name of the hacker, Asar Ragabi, whoever that is. He says he'll find her. Ms. Coble hangs up and then prays to Keir. And this is...
How do they know it's a her?
Prays to Keir?
Yeah, she's got a shrine in her basement next to a single bed.
Before the shrine came up, I was like, a single bed? This is feeling very culty. And then she went to the shrine and I was like, oh, yep, okay.
Yeah.
I remember
but
that.
No, I agree. I think Rahabat, whatever the name was, I cannot remember it now.
Ragabi.
Worked for Lumen. I think she helped create, I thought she was part of the Severed team.
That's why they know it's her, because they know them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I must have missed that at some point.
We switch over to Mark and he's...
I don't think they said. I just assumed.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the way that they... I can't remember the exact discussion that they had, but I'm pretty sure that they mentioned something about Asar Ragabi being part of the Severance team at one stage.
When they first, in the last episode, when Grainer came back with the information on the chip, he said that the signature matched someone from Lumen, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's right. And when he says, it was one of ours, that's what he says this episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
He says that at the end, doesn't he? Like when we see him at the end. He says that, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I forget the exact sequence of events. Yeah. But okay. So, yeah, she's doing her whole culty praying to Keir, and we switch over to Mark, who's retrieving Petey's phone from his basement, and he's looking at the missed calls. I mean, this phone is just like, come on, Mark.
Oh, he'd be dead by now.
Yeah, seriously.
And they would know. That's the really interesting thing as well. Like, they would know, the person who's trying to call him
would know that he's
dead. So it's like they're trying to see or they knew he was going to be making contact with someone else who worked there or something and trying to get his attention.
So we see Mark get into his car and pull out of his driver. He drives down the street a little bit, but then backs up and throws Petey's phone and the battery separately into a trash can.
Also,
it says trash can.
that
American
image,
wrote this clearly.
That image of the street, though, he's the only one that has his car in the driveway, and it looks like there's no one else living there.
Yeah, I think
we've kind of been told no one else lives there.
Yeah,
except for the two of them. We weren't 100% sure, but the way he talked about it sounded like it was just the two of them living there.
I wonder if Ms. Coble ever has like late night raves and
In the shrine, probably.
Yeah,
exactly.
in a cell.
You should see her when she starts praying.
Sacrifices. That's where the goats are going.
In the office, Bert welcomes Irving into a plant-filled room. Bert found it a while ago.
I'm guessing they're plastic plants.
I wasn't sure if they were plastic, so they actually looked real to me.
Well, unless it's UV lighting, those plants should be yellow and shriveled.
Lumen is very,
Lumen's
very
magic.
special.
Yeah.
They're all about light.
They grow goats in one room. Isn't that how it works? Growing goats?
Yeah.
You grow goats. You plant the seed.
Yep.
That's right. So Bert comes to this plant-filled room alone sometimes and wanted to show it to Irving. Irving finds it beautiful and Bert says it could be their secret place. Irving is relieved to have a place where they can be alone. Bert holds Irving's hand and asks if it's okay. Irving says it is. This is all really sweet. And Bert reminds him...
I loved this part.
Yeah, I actually love their relationship. I love it so much.
Too.
I want it to work so much.
I thought you wanted their relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you were.
I wish I had such a good relationship.
Why don't you just hold my hand?
Yeah, why do they show any affection to me? Irving says it is okay, and Bert reminds him that the handbook doesn't say anything about lip-to-lip contact. Irving says it discourages romantic fraternization. Bert says it can't be romantic then. As they lean in, Irving says he's sorry, and he does the head turn at the last minute. You bitch, Irving!
seriously.
Not ready.
You cock tease!
Respect Irving.
He doesn't want to break the rules. He may not have a shrine, but he doesn't want to break the rules.
Hey, but Irving
He's
says
progressed a long way already.
has.
In other ways, like
He must
for someone
really
who was
like Bert.
such a rule. Sticking to the rules.
Yeah. So he says he's sorry, but he's not ready. They stand with their foreheads pressed together, which is still nice. Bert says it's fine, but asks Irving to stay with him. We switch over to Devon, who's walking through a park with her baby. She tells the baby she did good, and now they'll go home and see if the baby will eat. Devon spots the woman who we know... Oh, we don't know her name yet, actually, if I remember correctly. Do we know her name? I don't think we do, right?
I think we do, but I don't remember it.
I think she does.
Might have been
Her name's
first name.
Gabby.
I think they might have exchanged names.
Yeah, I think when at the
She asked
the
her, and
ski lodge.
then she paused, like maybe she wasn't going to say it, but then she did.
So Devon spots Gabby nearby, carrying her own baby, and waves to her. Gabby ignores her, sort of sees her and just ignores her, and turns away. Devon walks closer to her and says, "It looks like they both made it through." Devon reminds Gabby of who she is. Devon says the baby's beautiful and he looks like a William. Gabby corrects that he's named Bradley. Devon is confused. Their conversation is interrupted by Gabby's husband, Angelo Arteta, or however you say it. Devon says they met at the birthing cottage. And then Angelo's like, okay, I think it's time for us to go, and then calls their other two children, Declan and Kai,
yeah,
to come along.
She is so Stepford Wives, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got massive Handmaids vibes from this.
Yeah.
Obviously the babies, but the snow, the muted sort of tones, the power imbalance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've not watched Handmaid's
Interesting
Tale,
that the
but I know
baby's
the
not
story.
called William as well. Like, that was a bit of a, so you don't get to say anything, lady.
It was kind of like that, wasn't it?
There's not as many jokes in Handmaid's Been.
Yeah, it's not as funny.
I just stopped watching it. It got a little too real.
Oh, okay. I just saw a tail appear in front of Michael for a second there.
No, I think it was Sean walking behind.
Yeah, it was Sean behind.
Oh, okay.
Making the fuzziness disappear. Yeah.
So Devon watches them go with a confused expression on her face. We switch back to Mark, who's sitting on the kitchenette floor reading the UUR at work. We see Irving talking to Dylan, Helly, and Mark.
But
And
it was a really good section that he was reading as well. I can't remember what it was, but at the time I was thinking, yeah, that's actually quite suitable for
it's very insightful. I forget exactly
how
what
you
it
laughed
was.
at Rickon.
Yeah, as much as his quotes were like very funny puns, he's got some good things in there as well. He's not all just dumb, stupid phrases. Dumb, stupid phrases, like I just said.
Ben is the ghost author of Rickon's book.
That's exactly right. Thank you very much. I accept credit. So Irving tells Dylan, Helly, and Mark he wants to return to O&D, Optics and Design, immediately. All of them. He wants them to unite the departments as Keir intended. So he's apparently decided that this is what Keir intended. Mark asks Irving about the items O&D were making. Irving doesn't know what they are, but Dylan thinks they're the clubs they used to kill the ghost. Jesus.
It's full of ideas.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they did make weapons, so...
That's true. Helly agrees with Irving that they should go. Once they've mapped the floor, Irving doesn't approve of mapping. Helly suggests, although Irving doesn't approve of mapping, but it's like, didn't you use a map to get
Yeah.
to Optics and Design anyway?
He says it's just a personal reprimand. It was a citation or something.
Yeah. Helly
He's not going to
suggests
dob her in, but he just censures her.
Yeah, Helly suggests going on another mental health walk. Mark says they still have a lot of work to do. Helly jokes around with Mark and then tells them all to get back to work. Like she's imitating him. It was very funny. Because it was actually a pretty good job of imitating him. Dylan asks if Mark and Helly are fraternizing too because he's like seeing the interplay between them. Mark denies it. Mr. Milchick comes in and asks what they're talking about. They pretend to be talking about Ms. Casey, and then Mark wonders where she is. Ms. Coble says, and then we switch to Mark with Ms. Coble, and because apparently Mark has been told Ms. Casey is in the break room, and he's gone to Ms. Coble, who says part-time innies may not be as sophisticated as Mark is, but they still need to be held accountable for their actions. Ms. Casey was supposed to supervise Helly, and she failed. So yeah, what does a part-time innie mean?
They're there part-time.
Yeah.
So they just spend less time with their innie? Is that you reckon?
Well, a smaller time fraction than full-time employer.
Okay. But how do they coordinate that then?
Yeah. Well, it probably makes it easier to coordinate because you've got more times that people could go in or out.
She also probably only comes in when a wellness check is required.
That's true.
Like she wouldn't be there just sitting in that office giving herself positive reinforcements about her life out as an outie.
It does explain why she's a little more robotic than everyone else.
She's not down there as often, so she
hasn't had time to develop a personality or anything like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think that her exposure to other people has been quite limited. Whereas
she
other
just have the people who come in to see her. Yeah.
Well, that's my suspicion anyway. Where was I? Mark says that's because he sneaked Helly out. If anyone should be in the break room, it's him. Ms. Coble finds his valiance sweet and asks if there's anyone he won't go to the break room for. Ms. Casey is just a wellness counsellor. Mark doesn't think Ms. Casey deserves to be punished when Mark thought she needed a walk. Ms. Coble asks if it was just a walk, and he says yes. Ms. Coble shows him the recording and asks if they were sniffing around other departments while theirs is failing to meet their quota. Oh, yeah, she really goes off here. It's not his job to play nursemaid. He asks what his job is. He wants to know what they actually do there. She tells him they serve gear. Until he understands that, and this is when she really fucking starts yelling at him. Until he understands that and hits quota, MDR's hallway privileges are revoked. She sends him back to his desk and warns him to stay there.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
And kids react well to
like
being told that they're grounded.
Teenager.
Yeah.
It has a whole different meaning now when she says you serve Keir, when you know her outside
Yeah.
life.
That she's a bit culty, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also has that one personal thing on her desk is a small little portrait of him as well.
Yeah.
She's picked it up and looked at it a few times too. Or looked at it. I know she's picked it up once.
Was it Keir, though?
She's very good at being creepy in this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was something along those lines.
Okay.
It wasn't. It wouldn't be a family member. They wouldn't be allowed that in their
That's true.
workspace.
Kind of wonder now what what brought her to be in that position. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got her own backstory that we'll learn later.
And is everybody else like that too? Who knows?
Who's not
Who aren't severed
severed.
but work on the severed floor.
Yeah.
They've got something that brought them there.
I'm going to guess no.
Yeah, I'm
I
guessing
think
no
she's
as well.
different.
But
Yeah.
She's drinking the Kool-Aid, you reckon, Michael?
I don't think she needed to drink the Kool-Aid.
No, I don't mean that literally. I just mean...
I think
no, but she was already there. I don't think
Yeah,
she needed to be coerced into. Yeah, I
Okay.
think she. Although I guess she would have drunk it to get to that point. I know it's not real. I know it's metaphorical Kool-Aid we're talking about.
Yeah.
I know we're not actually talking about Kool-Aid.
which is an American thing. We see Helly drawing
There's
a
more
picture
Kool-Aid in the studio when you get to it, by the way.
we see
Oh, is
Helly...
there?
What?
I said there's more Kool-Aid
TV
in the
show.
studio that I watched at the same time.
Oh, okay.
There's a few episodes on it.
Yeah, bloody Americans and their Kool-Aid. We see Helly drawing a picture of a lamp. Dylan says
Very
the loss...
good.
Yeah, she's good at
Drawing's
drawing.
amazing.
Yeah, Dylan says the loss of Miss Casey is profound. Dylan is very affected by Miss Casey not being around.
Dylan really likes Miss Casey.
Yeah. He says MDR will struggle with the loss of the will they or won't they between the two of them. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan asks about Helly and Mark and if they enjoyed sneaking off together the other day. He doesn't believe her when she says nothing happened. Mark comes in and tells them Miss Casey is in the break room and they're not allowed in the hallway anymore until they hit their quota. So no more interdepartmental visits, Irving says he's sorry because he feels like it's all his fault. He's been setting a bad example as the senior refiner. Mark asks which way it is to OD because at one stage he gets really angry with him, but then when Irving says that, he's like, fuck it, let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not my mum.
Yeah, exactly. Which we find out maybe, I don't know.
But then she's Devon's mum as well.
That's true. So we see Mark, Irving, Dylan and Helly walking to O&D. Ms. Coble sees them in the hallway and calls for Mr. Milchick, who says he's on it. Bert leads the MDR team to the storeroom. Helly remarks that there are more people in here than she's ever seen, which I think is a really funny thing to say.
Yeah, it is. Because you don't really think about it, do you? That she's seen 6 people? 5
people.
Sorry.
8 people, including
And
Miss
she's
Casey.
ever seen.
Yeah.
So she doesn't remember anything of her previous...
I guess not.
I know we've covered this territory before.
They don't know anybody in the outside world. Or they don't remember anybody in the outside world when they're on the 7th floor.
Yeah, I thought it was a very
And we also found out what those machines are.
Yeah. I do reckon
Which I might say took us longer than we should have.
But we can't... Well, I did suggest that it held like some of their memories or something, or it was a connection. But the switch that we see later is clearly not on the front of them. It must be on the back or something.
Okay, I clearly was not as observant as you. Okay.
Just noticed
You
that
just
it
have
was
to look
3D
at-
printing.
You look at the picture behind Michael. There's no big yellow switch.
What are you saying? I don't
Why
think
do
I'm
they-
following.
Why do
Yeah.
they need a big yellow switch? What's the big yellow switch for?
For when Melchick comes and visits Dylan later. They're to turn him on and off remotely.
Oh, no. They're 3D printers.
Yeah, that's what they are, 3D printers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you
Sorry.
think they were?
Yeah.
I thought they were what they were holding the memories and stuff for.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
what they could input and.
No, they're
Oh,
3D
for the-
printers because they
yeah,
actually
no.
discuss it here.
Okay, I wasn't paying
They're
attention.
making
So-
watering cans.
Bert Bert tells the team it's okay, change can be disorienting, but MDR is there now. Bert welcomes them and hopes his team would be just as welcome to visit them. Bert invites them to ask questions. Elizabeth asks them about what they refine instead of, and they're just like, well, because they don't know.
I wanted
either.
them to say microdata.
I wanted
is
to
what I
say
wanted them to say.
I wanted to say feelings.
Scary numbers.
Scary numbers. There you go.
Scary numbers.
Instead of answering, Irving asks if the object she's holding is a watering can. She looks at Bert, who says they think it might be supplies for the executive wing upstairs. Last week's output had a more aggressive feel. Elizabeth says the hatchets weren't aggressive, and Felicia shushes her. Mark says...
Yeah, hatchets is a bit extreme.
Yeah. Mark says they're trying to figure out...
to go off.
Yeah. Mark says they're trying to figure out how it all fits together. They found a department in the opposite direction that is raising baby goats. Bert says a lot is unknown to them as well, but it's important work, so they keep plugging along.
So the whole through this section here, Bert's face is quite unreadable, and he's not very as involved emotionally as everybody else is in this section. He's got a very blank, what I felt judgy kind of face, as in he knows more than other people, and he's kind of, I don't know, steering it a bit more. I'm just a bit sus on him.
Okay.
How dare you?
I guess I just read it as he's kind of the team lead, and he's just trying to be a team leady guy at this point.
I thought
I didn't read anything more.
All he's being so open and emotional with Irving, for this conversation, he was not being very as empathetic or as
I kind of took it as
playing himself.
Him basically being just as much in the dark as everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
I'm also entertained by how high his pants are.
Well, sometimes you need your pants all the way up to your armpits.
I just love when he's talking and like you can hear as Christopher Walken in there.
Yeah.
He says certain things and you're just like, there it is.
What, are you going to give us one? Or?
Yeah, come on.
Nope. I will not disrespect that man.
That doesn't sound like him at all.
Haven't you seen the Saturday Night Live, the Walken family get together?
I sent it to you guys.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you did. Yeah.
I thought Ben was
That's how you saw it.
That's right. That's how I saw it. Yeah.
I think I'd seen it before. Yeah.
Mark says they're trying to figure out how it all fits together. They found it. Yep. Okay. Bert says a lot is unknown, but it's important work, so they keep plugging along. Mark suggests working together, and Felicia asks what that means exactly. He suggests figuring out why there are goats, or how big Lumen is, and how many employees there are. He wonders what Lumen is so afraid of that they won't tell any of them what they're actually doing. If the Egan philosophy is illumination beyond all, why doesn't that include them? Why are they working in the dark? Bert agrees. He thinks he and Mark, as department heads, should make contact with the goat department and see what they know. Dylan, while they're talking, finds some cards with pictograms on them just as Mr. Milchick comes in, and we see Dylan slip one of the cards into his pocket.
Yeah, so it's not a card. It's like a cassette of something.
No,
but
it was
it looks
a card.
like that. Was it a card?
Oh, they were like they reminded me of like the.
It's like a laminated card or
do
something.
this, don't do that, kind of like instruction.
It looked like they were doing like stretches on it or something.
Yeah, like the little human figures.
Yeah.
Like the airline crash over if the plane's going to crash or something.
Yeah. Also, if they're 3D printers, that's not how you get a 3D printed item straight out of it. It's all got struts and stuff on it because it can't print in 3D.
This
it has
Lumen,
to print
Nelly.
And
but then that's another expose.
He actually got that out of a
technology.
little blue container, so it wasn't actually out of the 3D printer. So we don't know.
But she's got the door open though. If you look behind Michael's head, she's holding it with the door open. No,
other way.
You've just covered it. You've just
Yeah.
See, she's just holding it with the door open. Anyway.
Okay. Sorry, go.
But you're right, Nelly. The technology, like 3D printers, so it's like not the 60-70 vibe that their office is giving.
And in that magnitude,
It's just the decor.
It's
like a real folder.
Well, they have really old computers.
So I neglected to mention, because it's actually not in here, but I remember it. So when Bert says, he says the work is important. But Mark challenges him.
Yes, I was waiting for you to say that too. Is it important?
Yeah.
Or are we just
Because
told it's important or something like
he
that?
mentioned that like 2 or 3 times last episode, I think.
Yeah.
Because I know what you guys do in blah, blah, blah is important. And yeah, he doesn't want to interrupt because it's important.
When we find out, he has no idea what they do.
Yeah.
He just assumes it must be important, you know?
Whether he was
But
just...
Mark,
yeah,
I was going to say,
blowing...
Mark's speech is like a real rallying call.
Yeah, it really was.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see
And then...
we see Mr. Milchick leading Mark, Helly, Mark, Dylan, and Irving back to MDR.
No, but just him coming into the room,
It
they're all
stops
like,
everything.
"Oh, naughty kids!" Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
we're in
we're in trouble.
We got caught.
So yeah, Mr. Milchick
then-
is leading them all back to MDR. Mark says they're not children and didn't do anything wrong, which is what a child would say.
Yeah, and Mr. Milchick does not dignify that with an answer.
Ms. Coble is waiting for them in MDR, and the creepiest thing I think I've ever seen in this show happens,
Yeah.
where she starts singing a song about Keir with a completely stony face. No expression
I've
whatsoever.
never been more terrified of Patricia Arquette in my life than in this moment.
She
This
is
is when I
so
was
intense.
She
super
does this so well.
Yeah,
And have I
Hats
had
off.
that song in my head periodically ever since watching this episode?
Do you also
does it
dream
go?
about it?
No, and I will not be putting my singing voice on the internet. Thank you much.
First she won't do
Sing,
bloody
sing,
Christopher
sing.
Walken. Now she won't sing the Keir song. I'm disappointed.
You won't do anything
Sorry.
for us anymore.
She's
So
horrible.
Ms.
it had a
Coble
nice
says,
rhymey thing in it too.
Ms. You guys will probably try to tell me it's some children's rhyme you learnt when you were friggin' 6 years old or something.
No,
When it first started, the Keir, chosen one Keir, that part sounded like something.
yeah,
I don't think it was a nursery rhyme or anything like that, but it sounded like she had turned another song into it. But then when she went on, I was like, oh, maybe not. Then it kind of sounded a bit.
I just want to point out, by
more
the way, the tune was horrible. It was not a good tune.
it wasn't
Does not
terrible.
stand well on its own.
Well, I mean, I
They were
think she's
going
written
for a
it just for
certain-
him.
They were going for a certain, vibe or whatever. It was almost like they were trying to mimic
Cult, guys.
like
Okay.
religious.
Yeah.
Or like a rallying kind of thing. Is that what you reckon? Or she was trying to
No, more like a
It was very religious, like a hymn or something like that.
like a hymn you would say over and over again.
Yeah.
You reckon she sung that before to herself in that basement room?
just...
I would like to know if anybody else has heard that besides her up until that moment.
Oh,
Like, is it a song she's made up herself, or
okay, I didn't think about that.
Better be careful. Lumen owns everything you
I'd say
do
she's heard it,
at work.
yeah,
including half the brain.
Ms. Coble says she trusted Mark and he abused that trust. Mr. Grainer comes in and she tells him to take Mark to the break room, so he's off to the break room. That evening after work, Mark is out with Alexa, who notices his bruised
Don't we
knuckles.
see him?
Don't we?
walk-
Yeah.
Yeah, and he encounters the therapist.
Miss Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's that
on the way
awkward
out.
kind of shuffle through the corridor of them squeezing past each other.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which
That
they for
did
sure
happen.
did on purpose, because that hallway is made for one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. Up until now,
And he says sorry.
yes.
Yeah.
Up until now, the person administering the break room has been
Mr.
Mr. Milchick, but he was with them. So who was administering the break room to Ms. Casey?
Well, the first time Mark went to the break room when Helly tried to get the paper in the elevator, it was Miss Kohlberg who opened the door for him to come
Cobell,
in. Miss
yep.
Kohlberg.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to say Selvig and Kohlberg together every time I say a name, so I do apologize. Let's call it Harmony. She opened the door and took Mark into the break room the first time he went. So I think it is a different person.
Okay, all right.
I don't think it's always Mr. Milchick,
Okay.
but I don't know who it would have been because the three people that we know
everyone's
were all
accounted for, yeah.
there. Yeah, it was Keir himself.
Yeah, so...
Who's the
Oh,
goat
yeah,
guy?
that's actually... I missed that part. In the hallway, Mark sees Miss Casey. They walk towards each other. As they pass, Mark tells Miss Casey he's sorry.
Yeah.
I skipped that paragraph, sorry. So that night, Mark is out
We're
with
on you.
Alexa. Yeah,
We're watching you.
yeah. Mark is out with Alexa, the midwife,
Doula?
that, who notices his bruised knuckles. I'm trying to remember where he got bruised knuckles from.
He would have got
Well,
it
we
from
just
with
cut
his hands
from
on
the
the
scene
thing.
where he was in the
Oh,
break
yeah,
room.
it was from the break room.
Yeah.
Has to do with the break room.
We didn't see it, but he
We
went to
don't
the
know
break
what
room, and then we cut to him with
A sore
knuckles.
hand.
We don't know what he did. He may have, maybe it's different punishments in the break
Maybe
room.
he punched Mr. Milchick. Oh,
I mean, yeah, maybe he punched a wall or something. I was thinking that, but it kind of looks like he's been wrapped over
I
the
just thought
knuckles,
punishment, yeah.
like a
Yeah.
school kid.
Okay. Okay. Did you guys hear Bunyip freaking out at the front
I
door?
did
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
okay.
time, yes.
So she asks what happened, and he says apparently he jammed his hand while replacing a water cooler. God, the excuses they come up with are so dumb, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and that they just accept it as well. Like,
Well, they've got no
have you
reason
seen
to
a
Sounds
water
question it.
cooler? How your hand doesn't really go in a water cooler.
Maybe that's why they're on the date, because he got the discount voucher again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a 2-for-1 this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When a server comes to the table, Mark declines a drink. Good choice, Mark. You can be lucid and a nice person this time. Mark
And this stays
asks,
quite
He's
sweet.
very, very different in this interaction with her.
yes,
Yeah.
he's more engaged, definitely, and actually remembers
Yeah.
her name, which is helpful.
Yes.
Mark asks if Alexa's seen the baby. Alexa says not since her birth, but Devon did
Yeah,
call.
he refers to it as the princess.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
he did,
the
yeah.
princess.
But Devon did call, and they talked about her difficulties getting the baby to latch, so Alexa recommended a lactation consultant. Alexa says it's very common. She asks
Sorry.
if Mark ever
Remembered.
thought about having kids. He said they tried for a while, but it wasn't working. They also talked about adopting, but then they thought that was the life they were given, and they saw that as another life that they didn't get to have. Alexa finds that healthy, but he admits it was mostly Gemma. She was very pragmatic. Always had a plan B. He starts to tell Alexa about a camping trip, then asks if it's weird to talk about his dead wife. Alexa says, no, it's healthy. Mark sometimes thinks Gemma would want him to get off his ass, and sometimes she's not thinking about him at all. Alexa says Gemma is part of him and he can't just separate himself. She realizes her error when he reminds her that he can
funny.
and did.
Yeah, that was. I like that part. The fact that just he's changed so much since the beginning of the show, and I think that's Petey and him starting to question everything, or like instead of just accepting his life. So he's kind of
Yeah,
not
but
on the fly anymore.
it was right around the anniversary. It was right on the anniversary when we saw him.
Not a good sign.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
We switch back to Devon, who's looking Gabby up on social media and finds that her profile is private.
Sorry, I just had a thought.
Yep.
How did he become employed by Lumen when he was previously a teacher? Did he apply for a specific severed job?
I mean, I assume he did.
I mean, we don't really know how they get their jobs, but that's the kind of vibe I get.
Yeah, because everything he
They
said
want
is
to
that
do
he
it.
wanted to be severed so that he could basically have a
Yeah.
break from thinking about Gemma.
I'm just interested that they'd accept someone to be severed that was not previously on their payroll, kind of thing, that they didn't have like a pretty good background on to begin with. To have access to them, like to have all this access to them.
So
I don't think they care. I think they'll take what they can get.
Yeah.
one other reason why I suspect that they take people who, because he's clearly not drinking the Lumen Kool-Aid like some other people are. So I think that people who are not part of this cult are severed. So that So that then they've got like their innie who can be like, yeah, I'm all in on the cult, and then their outie is like, nah, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, they don't really know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the innies are really quite innocent and they just supply the white mice fodder, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment anyway. Because it's like they need to bring people on, but they don't want to bring people on who aren't part of the cult. Let's just call it that. So this is like their workaround so that they can bring people in and not have to worry about...
Or a blank slate.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I don't know what you guys think about that. That's just came to me.
No, I do. I think that's quite good because then they're a blank slate so that they'll accept the authority that is given to them on the severed floor kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you'd hope they would anyway.
Yeah. Well, they've got no outside influence.
I also feel like it's just like applying for any job. It just comes with the you will be severed. And if you're interested in that,
more what I thought. Yeah.
Why would you not like do it if you wanted that as your
you wouldn't apply option, otherwise.
I guess. And they don't have to have a background check on you or anything like that because you're forgetting it all.
But it wasn't necessarily just that. It was just to create the outie relationship as well to then have access to them because you know how Mrs. Milchick's living next to him. And how
so far it's only that relationship though with him.
But clearly there is a relationship with Mr. Milchick to be able to get to Dylan and not just Mrs. Kobold and her relationship to Mark.
But they I think they know who Mr. Milchick is outside of it. That's the person who took them in to be severed. So their outies know him.
Okay. Yeah. And he must be able to come and say it's something to do with work.
He's like he's their go-between kind of.
All right, cool.
Whereas Miss Cobell. As soon as I said, I was like, no, Ben. I feel like she's spying.
Hey, Gus.
So, sorry, Michael, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, you were saying you felt like Mark was more resistant to it or not accepting of it. I was just going to ask, do you think he's only like that now because of what happened with Petey? Or do you think Mark was always going to be resistant to it?
Which part of him, the innie or the outie?
Well, he's kind of questioning inside as well now.
He is. So
it has to do with both.
I think okay, so this is all just my opinion. I don't know anything you guys don't know at this stage.
It's such a pusher, Ben. Yeah.
So his innie is more challenging authority. At least that's the way that I see it. So it's less. I think he's had this position foisted upon him that perhaps he wasn't ready for, and he's maybe challenging authority because he doesn't like what's happening.
I guess what I'm asking is if Petey hadn't been hacked and had some influence on him on the inside, do you think Mark always would have been that, or do you think it's kind of a result of Petey being?
I think it's primarily a result of Petey.
Yeah, I do too.
They had a really
I think Mark would have.
time.
I think Mark probably would have pushed back as an innie, just from how he's reacted, because he reacted this way, I think, before he met Petey, just about Petey kind of disappearing so quickly, and he was just gone. So they're obviously not used to people just being, we'll say, fired and walked. They put in their resignation. They don't normally get approved, and then if they do get approved, they get a big farewell because it was their choice. Yeah. Whereas I think Petey was kind of like, why is he gone?
Yeah.
It made him start to question it. It was a weird thing to happen, I guess. I don't know.
You know,
I don't know the answer.
You know what? Another thing that's interesting. If I remember correctly, Irving says he's the most senior refiner, that he's been there for just over 2 years.
I thought it meant in age as well.
That's more what I thought, but you could be right.
Which means everyone else has been there for less than 2 years.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he just meant age, but it could have been either.
Okay. All right, I'll continue on that.
Well, the severed seems like a new thing. Like, I don't think it's been around for years and years and years and years, just from the way that it's being portrayed in the media on the show.
That makes sense.
And I think that also gives more credence to the why they need the severed now, because clearly all the stuff on the severed floor has been there for a very long time. Like the house and stuff. Like, you can't put a house in there in 2 years' time and not have any construction in it. So that's at least been there for a decade or more kind of thing. So my hypothesis is the fighting and that they're talking about maybe did happen, and that severed has become the result of that. to have more control over the people that they employ.
Oh, big picture.
I like it.
Interesting. I thought it was just rumors they created to keep departments away from each other.
Well,
That's
maybe
what I
it
thought
has
too.
a
But
basis in
maybe.
fact, though.
Maybe.
Okay. I'll
It's a
continue
threat
on.
that they've used and it's perpetuated and maybe kind of become larger than it was, but maybe that it did have a basis in fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we see Devon looking Gabby up on social media, and she finds that Gabby's profile is private. Then she finds another article about Gabby and Angelo, her husband, celebrating his re-election, and he apparently is a supporter for the legalization of severance. She looks at
And
another.
she is 100% severed in the real world.
You mean Gabby?
Yes.
She's definitely different.
Yes.
There's something.
That's
there's
really
something,
cool, Katie.
Something going on with her.
So
it also smacks a bit of domestic violence kind of suppression too. But that could also be what a severed person in the outie kind of looks like maybe too.
She looks at another article about his support for the fight during the fight for legalization. Rickon comes in and tells her that the lactation consultant is there. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was surprised you didn't say anything when you were talking about latching early, but I let it go.
But you also
I'm surprised you wouldn't know, Ben, that that's a thing. You are the expert in female anatomy.
I only know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Vagina man only.
You also missed the joke that the doula makes with Mark about Rickon with the lactation specialist.
I don't.
When they're in their date, they had a chuckle about something about Rickon's behavior.
Oh, I must have missed it.
I can't remember now, but
So Devon picks up the baby, which is apparently named Eleanor, as Rickon leads Mrs. Selvig into the basement. So we find out that Mrs. Selvig is the lactation consultant.
Yeah.
She says
it's into the basement. They're keeping the baby in the basement.
I think it says in
I
the basement.
thought it was just dimly lit, or does it?
I thought it was just a room.
But this has been wrong before, so let's not say it's the basement.
No, it was a room.
Yes.
And because it's always dark when we're in the outside.
That's right. And it was night.
They're in a cabin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She says it's a privilege to work with them. She coos over Eleanor and says they'll talk about different positions. She
says the seaweed worked or something.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't she say something like that?
The kelp worked.
The kelp worked, yeah. So they'd obviously been talking to her beforehand as well, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
She also
Rickon said that to her.
Yeah, but...
And I think she made a comment about it.
Oh, okay. I took that to mean that they had almost taken advice from her before, maybe.
Oh, but then then she wouldn't be able to, present as a lactation specialist because to Mark, she owns the woo-woo shop with all the herbal remedy stuff. Isn't that what she does?
But Mark recommended her.
No, it wasn't
Mark.
Mark.
I reckon she insinuated herself and has presented herself as Mark suggested, but he hadn't. It was just her way of getting in.
Oh, okay.
She also brought salve for Devon's nipples, and I love the reaction from Rickon when she does. Eleanor starts to cry, and Mrs. Selvig offers to take her. After a few seconds, Eleanor stops crying in their arms, and Devon and Rickon look at each other, as in, yep. Because up to that point, they're like, oh, this we're just interviewing at the moment, so and then by the end, it's like, I'm pretty sure this is happening.
She's humming along.
You know what she was humming, Michael. You know what it was.
What was it?
Was it not Kia Chosen One Kia?
Well, that's what I was just about to joke that she might have been doing that.
Because
I'm
playing
pretty sure that's what it was.
I actually don't know, but it totally makes sense that she would.
Okay.
I could have sworn that the music that was playing at that time was overlaying with what she was humming.
Yeah, but what was it?
I don't know. I thought it was.
I would not be
a lullaby kind of thing.
If it's the same tune. Well, Ben was all over the tune apparently.
It was
it just makes narrative sense for her to be humming that.
Yeah.
And to happen in the same episode. I thought I heard it, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I misinterpreted it.
Another
The
one to
next-
the flock. No, I'm with you, Katie.
Okay. So the next shot, we see a young boy counting as he covers his eyes in front of the television screen. And then we see Dylan...
Counting very well, might I say.
Yeah, super well.
I assumed it was going to be a flashback or something, but nope.
70, 101.
We see Dylan in, I guess what is a closet, suddenly wake up, and he's not in Lumen.
Yes.
Mr. Milchick is standing in front of him. He asks him where he put it. When Dylan asks what he means, Mr. Milchick says he's talking about the ideographic card Dylan took from Optics and Design. He saw footage of Dylan taking it and asks if he smuggled it out. Why would this matter if he smuggled it anyway?
Be so important. Yeah.
Dylan
It means
looks
like it was stretches or something. So
Yeah,
it's
Dylan
weird.
looks around the
It's
closet they're in
important.
and asks if it's his house. Mr. Milchick asks him to listen because he doesn't know how sensitive the information is. He asks if someone paid him to smuggle it out. Dylan says no. He put it in a bathroom in the second stall behind the toilet. He didn't even know where it was.
What it was.
Yeah,
What it was. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. The
I
closet
don't know
door
why they care so much, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
something.
It seemed extreme for what it was.
Yes, the closet door opens and the child comes in and hugs Dylan. Mr.
Yes,
Milchick
Daddy.
grabs the child and tells him, "I told you to count to 1,000 and wait
Yeah,
outside." He's like
really angrily.
Yeah. Dylan asks, "Is that my
he's
kid?"
his child.
Yeah.
Sorry, he swears as well. He's like, "What the? Is this
Yeah.
my kid?" kind of thing. Yeah.
Mr. Milchick calls someone and tells them to end it, and Dylan becomes his outie self again.
And that's when you see them flicking the yellow
Yeah.
dial switch thing.
We see the kid
okay.
run into Dylan's arms and hug him. Dylan asks if they're good. So you're right, he does know.
Yeah,
Mr.
he knew what was happening.
His Addy.
Yeah. Asks if they're good, and he walks out of the closet. Mark talks to Alexa. That's right, they've been out. So Mark is talking to Alexa. They've been out,
Saying they
and he
should
says
get their
they're
cars.
leaving the bar, and said, "Oh, we should probably call their cars." Mark sees a poster for a band and recognizes June, which is incredible because I certainly didn't recognize her.
Yeah,
No.
that was a really terrible.
I didn't recognize her when she was in the band. So
It's only,
had
it's only when they
slick
say
hair
their
and
name
stuff.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
He asks Alexa if she wants to go see the band perform. They can leave if it's lame. They go inside the
And she
venue.
makes a joke. You mean if it's more cool than they are, or less cool, or something?
Yeah.
less cool. I think it was. Yeah,
They go inside the venue. Mark immediately feels very old, but Alexa tells him they totally fit in. Mark orders them beers. A new song starts and Mark watches June play. He starts recording the band until someone else tells him not to film it. The lead singer starts
They're in
singing
an
about...
alleyway. Because
We're
remember,
not-
the guy on the stage says, "Whoever's doing the sound in this alleyway needs a blah blah, blah whatever."
yeah.
But, yeah.
The lead singer starts singing about how they hate Lumen for taking their first love. The crowd starts to sing along, and after a bit, Mark does as well. After the show, Mark goes to June and asks how she's holding up. She doesn't answer. Mark introduces June and Alexa compliments the music. June thinks they suck. Mark says the last song was great, and June says she wrote what she knew. Mark thinks her dad would have liked it, but she asks, how could you possibly know that? He can't obviously tell her.
Oh, well, I saw the video at the
That's true. He could have said that.
Yeah, that's
funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fight breaks out nearby, and Mark decides, maybe we'll
No,
go.
but I thought she was questioning, how do you know if you work with her dad?
Yeah, it was like, how would you know?
I
what
mean,
you
she
want?
was. Yeah.
Away from the venue, Mark explains that June is the daughter of someone he worked with who died. Alexa interrupts him with a kiss.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the middle of like a pretty important thing there. Like she
Yeah,
could
I
take a
guess we
moment a
don't
little bit
need to
better,
know
couldn't she?
Yeah.
Well, clearly, it was still a good moment.
We see Mr. Grainer coming to Ms. Coble's door at her home, and she asks if he found Asal. He says he got a tip from a cop on the Gans College campus. When Mr. Grainer asks about, he says, "What the hell are you wearing?"
Funny thing, yeah.
Yeah.
She claims she was doing some private research. She's trying to figure out what part of the conversation couldn't have been done over the phone.
Yeah.
Mr. Grainer says
Like,
someone is...
you a nurse or something. Yeah.
Mr. Grainer says someone is holed up in a lab on campus, and the dean has told security to look the other way. It's probably Asal. He invites her to come with him to find out for sure, but she declines to go and says to let her know when he has her. We switch back to Mark, who wakes up and has a flash of memory of Petey collapsing. He gets up, leaving Alexa in the bed. And goes out to the garbage can. They did the thing, the sex. He digs through the bin to find Petey's phone and the battery. He puts the battery back in and turns on the phone. It immediately starts ringing. So I guess that battery retains some charge. There you go. Considering
it has for a long time.
Yeah, considering it had been in the box and been ringing constantly. Mark answers it and says
batteries lasted a lot longer because we don't use as much as we do with today's phones.
Yep. Mark answers it and says he's a friend of Petey's when he's asked who he is. After a long silence, the person asks if he's Mark's scout and what Petey told him before he died. Mark says nothing, but he wants to understand. The person asks if he can meet her right now. A van sits outside Lumen.
Yeah.
Inside.
Because that's what Mr. Gardner said.
The maintenance van.
Maintenance,
yeah. Inside at MDR, we see workers are putting on a new door for MDR. So then we switch back to Mark.
I immediately said, so they can't get out. And Mum was like, what do you mean? They're not in there. I was like, oh my God.
What
do we think they're doing?
Maybe the door opens and closes.
Without
just that. Okay.
Permission. That's what I took it to be.
When I initially saw them taking the bits of the door off, the frame of the door off, I'm like, are they going to put in like sensors so that things like Dylan did would be more noticeable? That like, because the letter thing in the lift. That's I thought they were putting a sensor like that in the door frame, but no. It turns out they won't.
I think they don't want them walking around the floor.
Okay. We switch back to Mark, who's walking toward the meeting spot. We switch back and see the installation is complete, and the maintenance guys are leaving MDR with a door that requires badge access. Back at the meeting spot, Asar Regabi approaches Mark and asks if he's alone. He says he is, and he used to teach at the school. She knows that already.
How do we know it's her? I presume we're just making parallels.
I just assumed it was.
He asks who she is. She tells him to come with her and walks away.
They're
and
at
that's
the end of the
episode. I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Yes, now I remember why I was annoyed at you.
And that's the end of the episode. So I wanted to ask you a question. So Mr. Milchick goes to Dylan's house to find out where he put that little ideogram.
The stretchers.
But didn't they say that the lift would pick anything up? So so they doubt. They think somehow he got it past the lift.
Didn't have words on it though. It was just pictures.
Yeah, it's just pictures.
Oh, is that why?
But he didn't actually take it out.
They always said writing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but they always say it was writing and like it'll understand words. They've never said anything about pictures.
Oh, I didn't really catch on to that. I just thought that it wouldn't let anything out.
That's what I thought.
But you're right. They did say that.
Yeah. And why are they so upset about the fact that this dumb, pointless thing, which if someone saw, they just, whatever, just throw it in the bin. No one cares about whatever this is.
I don't know.
Making a big deal about it, which is going to make them question it more.
Yeah, because Dylan's
than
definitely
if they had
just
let it go.
Yeah, as soon as Dylan's back up again, he's going to tell them all about that he saw a kid, that Mr. Milchick came to him at what he presumed was his house because he was in a closet and there was a kid there.
That's exactly right. So Dylan has basically woken up outside of work now, which I suspect is a pretty rare occurrence.
I find it interesting that they can do that as well.
I'd say it was like a built-in fail-safe so that they could activate it when they weren't within.
But they must have been really desperate to do that and risk.
Yes. And Mr. Milchick was really quite heightened as well because he yells at the kid and he's like in a rush to tell them to switch him off and all that kind of stuff.
So is he kind of operating solo again, or is he doing this with the blessing of the other people?
I'd say blessing.
I would guess so too, but it's just that previous episode where
work.
Okay, all right. But do you guys have any thoughts about this episode? We've had a lot of good
No, we were
discussion.
halfway through it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're personally responsible for where they cut off that.
I'm sorry. I am definitely going to go watch the next episode after this.
Yeah.
Was there 7, 8, 9, 3 to
Yep.
go? Yeah, because the way it kind of cut off is almost like a penultimate episode of a season or something, but it wasn't.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Also, do we think the school where they currently are is part of the campus that
I
Gardner
wondered
was
that.
talking about as well?
He said he used to teach at this high school,
Oh, high school.
and
Okay.
the campus would be a college campus.
With
From how they were
when they
talking
said
about it.
dean.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did wonder the same thing.
Yeah, I don't really know how schools
Is college
work
our
in
uni?
America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. And
And high
middle
school's high
school,
school.
what's middle school? What
It's the
years are they?
It's the early high school,
it's
isn't it?
part of. I think it's the end of primary school and part of high school. It's really weird. They break it up weird.
I think so too.
I've
It's
had
just
it explained to me, and I do not understand it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we have primary, secondary, and tertiary. It just makes sense.
yeah, but
Anyway.
Yeah.
with primary and second, well, at least where I went, primary and secondary were technically the same school.
As well, because you had a P to 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then,
We don't have
sorry,
tea. Thank you very much.
sorry. Primary and secondary were across the road from each other, so yeah, they were separate. But
But you had two campuses.
Yeah, so I've always found it weird that make kids adjust 3 times instead of just 2. Like America does everything weird. Anyway, that's nothing to do with
We're
this
not
show.
weird at all.
No, we're not strange. Thank you for
Well, we're not
reminding me,
racist.
Michael.
But the thing is, though, I always find it historically interesting that we've both branched from the UK system, and America's just gone it's completely different. Whereas we're still more of a mirror on the British version.
Well, there's a good reason for that, because have you ever heard of the American Revolution? They don't like doing things
But
the
I
British
You
way.
heard of Hamilton?
I
she
get
hasn't.
that, but their basis, when they were still colonized,
They still can.
but they have since been a lot more separation and making America great.
Yep. Dear
Oh,
internet, Nelly refuses to go and see Hamilton, which we've all seen and love. And we all
she said
know
she'll
that she
never
would love
watch
it.
So many
That she would
times.
really love seeing.
I do
Don't
not
you
think I
agree?
gave that ultimatum, Michael.
Don't you think that Nelly would really love Hamilton if she saw it?
Well, she really doesn't like Americans.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I don't
She
like
hates
them.
me.
I really don't care what they do as long as it doesn't affect my life.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the episode there, but I want to keep this discussion going in 1 second. Okay, thanks all. I'm gonna see you. See you next episode. Very excited.
Yeah,
I'll
tell
talk to
us what
soon.
you really think, Nelly.
Okay, bye.